Hi, Sheryl. Thank you so much for trusting me to bring you these messages. I'm going to be using the Tell Me Everything spread, which is the spread that you do see daily on TikTok, except that there are more positions, and you were going to see the head space and the heart space together. So when I do these readings, I like for you to keep in mind that what I'm looking at is not your person, but your own energy within you. I'm looking at the divine masculine energy that exists within you, and that is the energy that you attract back to. So the person that you're focused on will likely reflect back a lot of these patterns because they are your patterns and you mirror one another. So you can learn information about your person, but you learn more about yourself if you sort of apply these readings to yourself. I like to have everybody start by getting centered. Also, just to get myself comfortable, which is challenging. Chair. I just kind of want to have you hone in, get centered right now. And I want you to think about what you think would make you feel better, specifically in regards to this connection. What do you think, if this happened, it would just make me feel so much better? I would feel so much better if this happened. All right, that thing is what you think you need. And sometimes our ego does know what we need, and sometimes it's not as tuned into our heart space as we would like it to be. So here is what you actually need. This is the Six of Pentacles, and this would be reciprocity. So giving and receiving in equal balance. So what you're needing is when you make an investment, you need to see that that investment is returned to you. And this is about being generous of spirit, generous with material goods, but not in a patronizing way, in just a way that you know that abundance is always there, it's always coming, it's always flowing. And so you can give freely without being too grasping. It can be difficult to get into the mindset of generosity if we've gone through a period of poverty consciousness, or if we lived our whole lives in poverty consciousness. Truly entering into a Six of Pentacles energy can be very difficult, but you must be in an energy of generosity in order to see the returns on your investments that you make. So this is about the spirit of generosity, equal give and take, and not continuing to invest in something that is not giving you any return. So I'm going to begin by speaking from the head space and heart space of the divine masculine energy. Again, I always recommend you listen to this the first time as if your person is speaking to you, but then listen to it again as if you are speaking to yourself. I think that really helps to hone in on the places where you have similarities from with the divine masculine, from which you can heal yourself and grow so that you attract somebody that has also worked on those patterns within themselves. All right, the Magician and the Lovers. So I feel that this is a very, very important connection to me. I am thinking a lot about this relationship, about my feelings about it, and I have an excessive amount of feelings about the relationship, although I may not have been communicating it. But I am definitely thinking a lot about this relationship, about how much I love you, about our differences, about the things that I thought we would be able to overcome by working together, co-creating together. Something that I'm hiding from you is that I have a very deep fear of commitment that I've held deep within me. I only dabble on the surface of most relationships. Even though I have the capacity for very deep emotions and feelings for somebody, I fear tradition. I fear being locked down. I don't like to begin conflicts or start conflicts, so I usually don't talk about this. I keep this to myself. it does sort of end up becoming sort of manipulative because I know that another person wants a deeper connection, but I keep it on the surface for as long as I possibly can. Something I seek forgiveness for. This is the Hanged Man energy and the Four of Swords. I'm sorry for this pause, for 3:39 on the clock, for not really realizing how much it was draining you to be in this relationship, not being able to see things from your perspective. But once I could, I realized how much grief I had caused. I felt regret. I'm sorry that things are just at rest, that there's no movement. Something I want to say about this present moment, we have the Death card, the Nine of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So I really want an end to this hoarding of my desires, to this selfishness. And I actually feel there might be selfishness I'm judging coming from the feminine energy. Like, I'm hearing like you want too much or you're demanding too much. There's a feeling of this. There was too much demanded of me. I couldn't be as open or as expressive as you needed me to be. I couldn't match you. And that feeling, that pulling feeling of wanting to be able to do what you wanted, but not being able to grant it to you. I had to end that. Like, I think it's best that that did end. And I'm sad that you desired the ending of this relationship. Something I want from you. Ten of Swords, Eight of Wands, Page of Cups, Six of Cups. I want you to end the separation and apologize to me for the past. I want you to communicate that you do know that I have this true love for you that I've had for a long time, that we do have this past connection. I want that. I want you to end the separation between us. Tell me that you do have true love, that you're sorry about the past. Something that I long for, this is the Queen of Swords. I long for you to be able to see me clearly, to have an understanding of me, an acceptance of me, not to cut me out or to be too hard or too defensive, but to be wise, to be very wise and to have a strategy for going forward. Something that I long to tell you is that I trust you. Through this process, I have learned to trust in my own intuition. And because of that, I know that I can trust in you. Something I need right now. This card fell on the floor. I put it back in the deck because of the weird circumstances in which it fell on the floor. Came out again. So definitely this masculine doesn't want to and is very avoidant. But I need to face my fears, my worries, my concerns, the overthinking, the analysis paralysis. It is tearing me up inside and I need to do something about it. And something I seek to give you the space to be exactly who you want to be, to move to the beat of your own drum, to follow your passion, to pursue whatever career interests you or makes you happy. And I seek to give you the same, that I will do the work and follow my passions and rein in any energy that's not serving me, any wildness that's not serving me. But I seek to sweep you off your feet with my devotion and to give you the foundation from which to enjoy whatever it is you want to do in the world. just to follow your passion or follow your heart in whatever way that is. Something I hope for us. This is the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the World. I hope that this cycle of simply watching and being curious about you will end, will complete, and that you will actually come out standing on top of my world, and that I will be able to have you as a companion, as a partner, as a wife, mother energy, but that you will be able to see me when you look, when you're curious, when you see me, you're going to be able to see that I value you, and that I value this connection, and that it won't just be about something we're curious about. It'll be about actually knowing what to say, how to come forward. Something I promise to do about this connection. This is the Chariot. I do promise to surrender the reins of this connection. I don't need to be in control of it. I'm letting the divine control the situation. I'm surrendering my ego. I'm coming into balance, both of my energies, head and heart. And I'm just going with the flow, and I'm going forward, and I want to go to the next phase. I'm so thankful for this transformation that has taken place, this ending. This ending that has taken place for us is allowing our connection to be reborn in a new form, some way that will be more, even more beautiful than what we had before, because we will have gained wisdom, experience, and appreciation that we didn't have before. Something I want to do to you here is the Queen of Pentacles again. This is the second time that we are seeing. This was in his hopes and also in his sexual fantasy, because this is the sacred sexual position. I want to make you a mother is one of the messages that's coming through. And if he doesn't want to actually do that, he may want to do the thing that causes that to happen. If you catch my drift, you might want to plant some seeds, so to speak. That's interesting him. And something I want you to do to me, this is the Six of Swords. If there was any trauma, any sexual trauma in the past for either one of you or both of you, I want us to be able to experience that sexual healing and find from that pain that we have really found this sacred, safe, secure connection between the two of us that allows us to be free and transformed in that sexual energy. All right, let's now take a look at your oracles and your last messages for healing. We're getting from the masculine energy the message of you see clearly now. There's the owl again, and he longed for you to see clearly in that Queen of Swords energy. So I think this is a continuation of that message. This is number 43. I arrive to remind you that the wisdom within you is informed by your keen senses and the wisdom within the consciousness we all share. Even in the darkest night, I see clearly and am guided by every sense I have, including the first sense of intuition. Right now, your sensitivities are turbocharged and you are receiving messages from all directions. I remind you to be wise and pay attention to what's between the lines, what is invisible to the naked eye, what cannot be heard with the ears, and what others may not be able to perceive. With all your senses aroused, you have much knowledge available to you. Clarity will come as you sit with all that you are sensing, allowing your intuition to guide you in understanding the whole and not just the parts. Let your wisdom arise and be your guide as you trust the acuity of all your senses. Intuition is real and can provide the clarity you need to understand your situation right now. Your relationship, your finances, your job, whatever it is, you can see the truth clearly now. So this masculine energy is really wanting you to see the truth. That's an important message that's coming through. The mindset that will serve you this week is energy flows where my intention goes. And this is in reverse, which means this is something that you need to integrate into your thinking, into your mindset. You need to cultivate this. Energy flows where my intention goes. So whatever your intention is for something, that's where the energy is going. If you haven't set an intention, then your intention is simply based on your experience of what you don't want. So you are figuring out manifestation through figuring out what you don't want, but you could be coming at it from the other angle. You could be setting your intention and thinking in the mindset of having the thing you've already intended to have. And then your energy is flowing where that intention is going. And so it will behoove you to start working on this skill. Your seed and sickle oracle card is the dandelion, number 33. You may also want to look up that angel number. This is a card from the fall, and it says, the year is nearing completion and it's time to reap the rewards. The cycle of the seasons has seen us mature into adulthood, and although there's still some work to be done, now we are entering a period of abundance and prosperity, and it's time to celebrate. Fall is also a season of change. With their annual toil ended, plants are scattering their seed, retreating back underground, or starting to change color and losing their leaves. The days, too, are growing shorter, a source of melancholy for some, though an indication of the natural order of things. This is the time for preservation and reconnection, to focus on our homes rather than our fields, and to share stories of our year's experiences with our communities. So this might have some timing for you, some message about timing, which would be the fall. All that hard work to bloom is over. Things have finally settled down and you've just about caught your breath. But fate has a different path planned for you. There's an unexpected wind on the horizon waiting to sweep you up and everything you've put in place. The urge may arise to fight it, but how about surrendering to chaos for once and letting it blow you onto a different path? You might find that things look even clearer upside down. All right, very interesting. I also picked dandelions this morning when I was with my dog. So, and they've come up a couple of times for me. So I feel that's a significant message. This is your dawn message from the seed and sickle. The last one was called your dusk message, and this is the dawn message. It's chickweed, and it is a springtime plant. It is number 9 in this deck. And the spring is the true beginning of our year, a time when the ground thaws and the first shoots of new growth begin to show. With the slowly lengthening days of warm sun and blue skies, it is the ideal time to set a new path for yourself. That may be a new project, a new hobby, or a big change in your life. Perhaps it is even time for a new outlook entirely after winter has held everything in stasis. Cards in the spring suit represent new beginnings, fresh starts, and the laying down of plans. They are transitional cards symbolizing the change from the dark, dormant months into a state of awakening and renewal. And the chickweed card says, in Japan, chickweed is seen as lucky and is included in a dish prepared for the festival of Namakusa no Seku, the festival of 7 herbs. Chickweed and other early herbs are gathered on the morning of January 7th and prepared whilst reciting a prayer for good luck. New growth is fast to appear at the beginning of spring, and the first green leaves are a good omen of things to come. A period of waiting is over. Results are starting to appear. Fortune's blessing will soon be yours. So that can either be in the spring or it can be right now. The spring energy, this new energy is happening for you. But seeing as you just went into separation, I would think that this is probably predicting a spring sometime in the future. But your timing is, of course, up to you. You have control over the quantum field by the thoughts that you are thinking. Your healing energy is 528 hertz, the mandala of the heart, and I will change the music accordingly to fit that. Let me do that So this is the mandala of the heart, and I just need the healing oracle for this. And I'm going to read this to you and then finish your theme for the week, and then I will give you the meditation, and the reading will end with this meditation so that you can just come to this part of the reading and listen to the meditation when you are ready. And I will let you know when that's about to begin. But for now, I'm just going to read you the message that goes with this card. And that message is: sometimes aspects of our life fall apart or don't go to plan. This is so they can come back together in a beautiful new way. Trust in the goodness and the inevitable blessing of your destiny falling into place. Do not trust your fears. Put your faith in the love of your heart. A heartfelt wish is going to manifest. The mandala of the heart is the expression of the divine feminine power within. It is the life-changing experience of love, healing, compassion, deep repair, and restoration that can only happen when we feel safe and loved enough to truly let go. Despite what the wounded opinions of ego might have one believe, love is the most powerful consciousness on the planet. It is also highly intelligent. As we open to heal with the frequency of love in our hearts, we naturally evoke positive effects in the lives of others too. We attract positive intervention from spirit. Pathways open up. Magic happens. Love is the path to the transformational, the alchemical, and the miraculous. It is the means by which negative patterns are reversed, and the original purity and beauty of our innate spiritual perfection can manifest itself in all dimensions, including the physical. We may feel we are bumbling along, yet we are blessed with an invisible, powerful field of grace moving with us, ensuring that our actions yield the best outcomes and that we attract what we truly want and need. The heart has access to a wisdom more powerful than logic, which can overcome any obstacle. To enter into that wisdom, we have to trust in something greater than our own opinions and our allegiance to our history. The heart is more than connected to the universal heart. It is a holographic emanation, part of the sacred mandala of the divine feminine heart, and as such holds divine genius and power. It wants to manifest that which is evolving, new, inspired, and beautiful. To believe that history must repeat itself, or that what we imagine is the limit of what can happen, is to deny the power of the heart and the generosity of divine grace. We need radical lovers and inspired dreamers who dare to invite in the most outlandishly blessed interventions of the universal heart for all beings. You have it within your heart to be one of those prayer alchemists for humanity. 528 Hertz is the love frequency of creation. The choices, decisions, and projects inspired by love have countless and far-reaching positive effects. As we tune into that inner frequency, we connect to all hearts in a powerful alchemical network which delivers an infusion of divine protection and uplifting wisdom into the human collective. Priestesses, sound alchemists, and heart healers work with these frequencies, understanding their capacity to evoke the alchemical and the miraculous. These are our spiritual brothers and sisters, cultivating and radiating the consciousness of love, that soothing and courage-inducing medicine of the soul. In a reading, this oracle affirms that honoring deep-souled gods and sharing healing with your soul tribe is an important facet of your purpose. You have the power of love in your heart. It is the healing spiritual glue that can bring people together for a higher purpose. It inspires others and generates positive energy to lighten the emotional load many souls carry. When 528 Hertz mandala of the heart appears in your reading, you're being put on notice that the divine feminine has a vision for your soul and is organizing events accordingly. She will guide you through your heart, and with her protection, the manifestation of your soul path is assured. So I will do that meditation at the end. But first, let's just take a look. This is your theme for this week. It is the Prince of Cups, or also known as the Knight of Cups in this Thoth Tarot. And the Knight of Cups is about opening ourselves up to receive. It's about dealing with issues of being wishy-washy or indecisive. It's about going with the flow. It is about being able to offer ourselves the same love that we are expecting to find hidden in others. And I think this is about understanding that there are multiple places where we will receive a cup from which we could receive a cup. That it's not just simply one place for you, but multiple parties that could bring a cup of love your way. Okay, so thank you so much for trusting me again. I'm going to go ahead and complete this meditation for you. When the meditation is done, I'm going to turn the video off, but feel free to rest if you want to do this before bed or a nap or something, or just a meditation during the day. You can just stay in the quiet until you are ready to move your limbs and return to your conscious state. But just now, what I would like for you to do is to just close your eyes and relax your body in whatever position feels comfortable to you. Take a moment to consciously connect to the flow of your breath. Let the breath flow in and out. And allow yourself to deepen and lengthen the breaths, especially the exhalation. Lightly place a hand over your heart with reverence and respect. Allow your awareness to travel on the breath, going deeper and deeper and dropping into your heart. You can feel, imagine, see, or intend that your heart is a sacred temple, a beautiful place filled with light and space. Rest within your heart with love and acknowledgement of its precious nature. If there is pain in your heart from this or other lifetimes, you can witness it gently and with compassion, thus allowing it to dissolve in the beauty, light, space, and love. Allow your sense of love for your heart and the love that your heart has for you to become strong and nourishing. Become peaceful and healed through your own heart connection. Now, you do not need to force anything. Love holds space for all experiences. You can rest in the sacred holding of the heart. When you have rested for long enough, ground and hydrate yourself. You have completed your healing process.